Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, another day, another mass shooting in America. Well, more than that actually. They're up to about 130 for this year, so that's more than one a day, because there's more guns in America than people, and America cares more about guns than people. They have an excess of guns. They have an excess of the AR style rifles. And why? Why won't they ban these? Because they cost a lot of money. Because the gun industry makes a lot of money, and they pay the politicians and the senators and a lot of money. The lobbyists, all these people, they own the politicians, and they make so much money out of these guns that they won't ban them because they make less money out of handguns, and it's just all about money. And it's sad because they care more about money than people, than children. 9-year-old children were killed in Nashville. 3 9-year-old children and 3 60-year-old adults. Now, of course, they blame mental illness. We have mental illness in this country. We don't have mass shootings every day. Every country has mental illness. It's part of humanity. Mentally ill people are part of humanity. It's part of, the human condition. We're not going to get rid of that. What we need to get rid of is the excess of guns. So when someone who has mental illness has an episode or has a grievance or has something that's wrong, they can't just pick up an AR assault rifle and go mow down a bunch of random people, all the people they blame for not getting help for their mental illness. That is not the problem. Mentally ill people are more likely to be hurt, and the victims. They're not the ones who actually perpetrate these sort of crimes. They're not the majority, the minority. They are a minority, they're not the majority. The majority of people, commit crimes against them. But we focus on the people that are mentally ill and focus on that instead of the actual problem, guns. Or not we, the Americans. Because in Australia, we actually got rid of guns. We had one mass shooting in 1996, and we took all the guns back from the people, and since then we've only had one mass shooting. And when I say mass shooting, I mean 4 people. And that's it. In 96, 2006, 2016, nearly 30 years, and we've had one mass shooting, and that was 4 people, because we took the guns away. So that we proved it's the guns. But Americans lie about that and say, oh no, they've got all this crime, all these problems now because they don't have guns. None of that's true. None of that's true. But that's what Americans say, because they can't handle the fact that other countries have done what they say they can't do because they care more about the money and they care more about the guns. And the business, the industry, the gun industry cares more about the money and owning the politicians. It's just so sick. And now, what are they focusing on now? This one shooter was transgender. So they're going to use this to vilify the transgender community and blame them. Not the guns, not even mental illness in general, but now, because I've had people come in my comments. I had to delete their comments because they're basically saying, because I did a video about Madonna doing a Nashville concert, playing a Nashville concert to push for trans rights, because Nashville is where they have the anti-trans laws. And apparently this shooter, Audrey Hale, who was, I'm not sure what she identified as, but she's being called transgender. She went to this Presbyterian school, a Covenant school, whatever that means, and she had resentment because obviously she wasn't accepted for who she was, and she was probably tortured by these people because that's what they do, and then they wonder why people hate them. And it's just so frustrating that we've had gay people shot, we've had black people shot, black churches shut up, gay clubs shut up, no one cares. But go into a church and shoot white people, oh my God, we can't have that. We can shoot everyone else apparently. See, my video will not be shown because I said that, because the algorithm does not know sarcasm, but that was sarcasm. But that's what they think though. That's how they think, not what I'm saying. But it's just so disturbing that now, because we've had this argument a lot where it's like, trans people, gay people are the victims. They're not going out killing people. It's the white, straight, Catholic, Christians, all those people that are the problem. Now we get one trans person who picks up a gun and says, screw it, I'm going to basically be like my enemy. I'm going to be, if you can't beat them, join them. Takes that attitude, one person, and now they're blaming all the trans people. And like I said, Madonna was doing a concert, did a video about that, and I had people come into my comments attacking me and attacking her and saying that she's supporting killing 9-year-old children. So I had to say something, because I didn't really pay much attention to the shooting because it's just another day in America, another shooting. But then once I realised that the person identified as trans on some level, then we were going to have problems, because they were going to blame that. Just like they blame mental illness in general, now they're going to blame trans people, because they're already attacking trans people. They're already, Americans' number one, target is trans people. And then the rest of the LGBTQI plus community, which includes me. And it's not just America, but that we're the public enemy number one at the moment, particularly trans people. And it's just, the problem is guns. The problem is guns, but guns make money. Americans care more about money than 9-year-old children who they're happy to see turned into red smears on a schoolroom floor, than they are taking guns out of the hands of straight white male Christians or Catholics or whatever.